What if the way you think about money is the exact reason you never have enough of it? You work hard, you save when you can, maybe even follow those finance tips online, yet somehow, your bank account doesn't reflect your effort. Sound familiar? It's not your fault, you're just playing a money game that was never designed for you to win. Meanwhile, the top 1% are playing a different game entirely. They don't chase trends. They don't fall for hype. They move with strategy, turning every decision into leverage. It's not luck. It's not intelligence. It's mindset. Here's the truth, financial education isn't about being good with numbers, it's about mastering your psychology. Most people spend to feel rich instead of becoming rich. They buy validation, not value. That's why they stay stuck even when they earn more. Because money doesn't fix bad habits, it magnifies them. And this is where everything changes. The way you handle money today decides whether you'll live free or stay trapped tomorrow. You can let your impulses run your wallet, or run your wallet like a CEO runs a billion-dollar company. That's the real gap between surviving and thriving. This video isn't another get-rich pep talk. It's your playbook to think, act, and spend like the elite few who turn discipline into freedom. You'll learn the hidden systems the wealthy use to control their money, master their focus, and build wealth that lasts. And by the end, you'll understand the one mindset shift that flips your entire financial reality, just like it did for them. You know, most people think being rich means flashing cash on flashy stuff, but the top 1% see it differently. They buy things that actually improve their lives, not to impress others. Imagine Tony Stark in Iron Man. He doesn't just splurge on suits to look cool, each suit amplifies his ability to create, innovate, and dominate in tech. That's the mindset, value over validation. It starts with asking the right questions before every purchase. Will this bring long-term growth, or is it just a momentary thrill? Simple, right? Think about it like in The Pursuit of Happiness. Chris Gardner didn't waste money on shiny toys. He invested every penny into his future and knowledge. That patience and thoughtfulness is what sets apart those who build real wealth. Applying this daily habit is easier than it sounds. Track your buys and categorize them: essential, value-adding, or vanity. Netflix subscriptions, coffee runs, and random impulse gadgets? Maybe cut some. Meanwhile, invest in books on financial education, courses on personal finance, or tools that boost productivity. Over a year, small consistent choices compound massively, just like interest in a solid investment. Another practical move is to shift social habits. Instead of hanging with people who encourage spending on appearances, gravitate toward those who value growth, skills, and financial psychology. It's like in Suits, being around sharp, strategic minds makes you elevate your thinking naturally. Your money habits start mirroring the people and energy around you. And here's the kicker, the more you focus on value over validation, the easier it is to control impulse and truly enjoy life. You're not just saving money, you're actively building freedom, options, and power. And in the next step, you'll discover how tracking every dollar can make you feel like a CEO in charge of your own empire, way more than just a bank account. Wealthy folks treat their money like a business, not just a wallet. Every dollar has a job, and nothing slips through unnoticed. Think of the Wolf of Wall Street, okay, not the wild parties, but how Jordan Belfort tracked his deals meticulously. Knowing where every dollar goes gives you a sense of control most people never even dream of. Start simple, write down every income source, every bill, every coffee run. Apps like Mint or Inab can make it easy. When you see patterns, like $50 disappearing weekly on takeout, it hits differently. You begin to understand your money psychology and how habits shape your bank account without you even noticing. Once tracking is routine, you can analyze like a CEO. Which expenses are investments in yourself, which are drains? Picture Moneyball, how Billy Bean used stats to make smart moves. Tracking your finances is the same. Data-driven choices crush random spending, and suddenly financial education becomes an exciting, actionable game. The habit compounds over time. Weekly reviews of your finances can highlight opportunities. Maybe you can negotiate bills, automate savings, or start investing in low-cost index funds like VTI or SPY. The top 1% leverage this control to multiply wealth, not just hoard money. you're essentially managing your life like a thriving startup. And here's the hook for the next step. Once you master this tracking, you'll see why investing in tools that multiply your time can be even more powerful than tracking dollars alone. Time, after all, might just be your most valuable asset. Here's the thing, the top 1% know time is the ultimate currency. They don't just spend money, they buy back hours. Think of Bruce Wayne in The Dark Knight. He's not rich just because of his bank account, but because he invests in tech and systems that let him do more in less time. That's how wealth thinkers operate, they invest in leverage. Start by asking, what can I delegate or automate today? Maybe it's using tools like Notion, QuickBooks, or AI assistants to organize your schedule, manage your finances, or handle routine work. These aren't expenses, they're extensions of your time. Every hour saved can be redirected to learning new skills, side hustles, or investments that actually grow your net worth. Education is another time multiplier. Spending money on financial education, courses, audiobooks, or mentorships can save you years of trial and error. Remember Good Will Hunting? Well, had raw talent but needed guidance to channel it. Mentorships and learning platforms do the same for your money mindset. They accelerate your growth by condensing decades of wisdom into days. And here's a big mindset shift. Don't hesitate to invest in efficiency, even when it feels unnecessary. Whether it's upgrading to faster tech, hiring help, or learning automation, the payoff is exponential. You're not just saving time, you're compounding productivity. The wealthy understand that $100 spent saving 10 hours is a bargain, not a burden. The moment you start treating time as an asset, your relationship with money changes completely. You stop chasing busy work and start building systems that run while you sleep. And speaking of patience and long-term vision, next, you'll see why mastering delayed gratification can turn small sacrifices into massive financial rewards. Most people want results right now. But here's the thing, real wealth doesn't grow overnight, it compounds. Think about it like the Karate Kid. Daniel didn't understand why Mr. Miyagi made him paint fences and wax cars. But all that patience turned into skill. The same goes for your money habits, discipline first, rewards later. The 24-hour rule is a game changer. Before buying something impulsively, wait a full day. Most of the time, that need fades away. It's financial psychology at work, teaching your brain that not every desire deserves a swipe. Suddenly, you're saving hundreds monthly without feeling deprived, just more in control. Instead of instant pleasures, redirect that money to investments that pay you back, like ETFs, dividend stocks, or high-yield savings. Imagine skipping a $200 shopping spree and putting it into an S&P 500 index fund. Over 10 years with a 7% return, that single decision could grow to nearly $400. That's delayed gratification turning patience into profit. Even your daily habits reflect this mindset. Cooking at home instead of ordering in, reading personal finance books like Rich Dad Poor Dad instead of scrolling endlessly, these tiny swaps create a ripple effect. It's not about denying yourself, it's about building freedom and wealth on your own timeline. And the truth is, patience isn't just a financial tool, it's a life advantage. The moment you master it, you start attracting bigger opportunities effortlessly. But to fully capitalize on those wins, you'll need one more key skill, learning how to invest in people who elevate your world. And that's exactly what comes next. Here's a secret most people miss. The wealthiest don't just chase money, they chase proximity. They know one powerful connection can do more for your finances than years of grinding alone. Think of Suits again. Harvey Specter didn't win cases just because he was smart, but because he built relationships with people who opened doors others couldn't even see. Start by investing in environments that stretch your mindset. Join masterminds, attend finance workshops, or even virtual communities focused on personal finance and business growth. You never know, one conversation could lead to your next big opportunity. It's not about networking to get something, but about adding value and learning from people who think bigger. Mentorship is another form of financial leverage. Pay for coaching, courses, or access to those who already walked the path. It's like in The Queen's Gambit, Beth Harmon became unbeatable not by playing alone, but by studying the strategies of grandmasters. That's the power of aligning yourself with people ahead of you. And don't underestimate the emotional side of this. Being around growth-minded people keeps your motivation high, especially when the grind feels slow. Money habits stick faster when you're surrounded by people who live and breathe financial education and success. That's why proximity to high performers matters as much as strategy itself. When you start viewing relationships as investments, your net worth naturally follows. The right people sharpen your thinking, challenge your comfort zone, and remind you what's possible. But to sustain that momentum, you'll need more than motivation. You'll need systems that keep your money flowing and protected, even when emotions kick in. And that's what's up next. Here's where most people mess up. They treat money like random chess moves instead of a full strategy. The top 1%? They play the long game. Remember the Queen's Gambit again? Beth didn't win because of one brilliant move. She won because she built a system that guided every decision. That's how you need to handle your personal finance too. Start by automating what matters: savings, investments, bill payments. Use your bank's automation features or apps like Acorns or Wealthfront. The less you rely on willpower, the more consistent your results. Systems create discipline without effort, freeing your brain for bigger financial goals. That's money psychology working in your favor. Next, set clear financial caps and frameworks. For example, 50% of income for needs, 30% for wants, 20% for savings or investments. This rule of thirds isn't just math, it's structure. Once you define your system, decisions become automatic. No more debating every purchase, your financial education takes over as instinct. It's also about risk management. Diversify your investments through ETFs, bonds, or real estate. That way, even when markets fluctuate, your system keeps you balanced. Think Tony Stark again. His success wasn't built on one invention but a network of systems that backed each project. That's real wealth engineering. And when emotions kick in, fear, greed, impulsivity, your system becomes your anchor. It saves you from self-sabotage and keeps you aligned with your long-term money habits. But to truly master wealth, you need to build something deeper than systems, a heart strong enough to resist greed and use money as a tool for purpose. And that's what's coming next. At the core of all wealth lies something deeper than numbers, it's character. Money doesn't change who you are, it just amplifies it. Think about Spider-Man, Uncle Ben's line, "With great power comes great responsibility," hits harder when applied to money. Greed is the villain that turns abundance into emptiness, while gratitude turns simplicity into wealth. The top 1% know that money is a servant, not a master. When you start chasing status instead of purpose, you lose sight of what wealth truly means. That's why Proverbs 4 verse 23 says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." Protect your mindset the way you protect your assets. A greedy heart spends, a grateful one multiplies. Building financial success without grounding yourself in gratitude and generosity is like constructing a mansion on sand. It might look good from the outside, but one emotional storm and it crumbles. The richest people keep humility close, they donate, mentor, and give back. Not because they have to, but because generosity keeps them aligned with their values. Greed tricks you into thinking more is the goal. But fulfillment comes from enough. When you focus on habits, purpose, and financial education instead of just accumulation, you start attracting opportunities that money alone can't buy. Like in The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, sometimes real wealth is found in purpose, not possessions. And once your heart's in the right place, everything else flows naturally: discipline, focus, clarity. You start using money as a tool for freedom, not validation. Now that you've learned how to think and spend like the top 1%, it's time to see how this all ties together in the bigger picture, where mindset meets action, and transformation truly begins. Remember how frustrating it felt to work hard yet still feel financially stuck? Now you know the truth. The top 1% don't just earn differently, they think differently. You've learned how to spend for value, track every dollar, invest in tools that multiply time, and protect your heart from greed. This is how financial freedom starts, not with luck, but with habits and awareness. The question is, will you actually apply it? If this hit you, don't let it fade. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because the next videos will take you even deeper into mastering your money mindset, building real financial security, and breaking free from the paycheck to paycheck cycle. Se inscriva agora para neo perder dicas que podem transformar sua relação com dinheiro. And if you're ready to take this transformation to the next level, check out Holistic Health. Nourish your mind, balance your finances, transform your life. It's not just a guide, it's a full roadmap to help you create passive income streams, eliminate debt, and maintain mental clarity under financial pressure. You'll discover practical tools, exercises, and strategies used by top performers to balance wealth and well-being. Click the link in the pinned comment now and start transforming your finances today. It's your time. Check out the material in the pinned comment and take the first real step toward financial freedom.